Tonight, the mayor of Fort Smith is speaking out to the family of a flash flooding victim.
His message to them after a controversial 911 call was released.
And folks, we're talking about some areas of thick fog possibly developing later on tonight, and there are some rain chances for your Labor Day weekend. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
Plus, President Trump canceling an international trip to focus on Hurricane Dorian, what he's saying to Floridians tonight. 4029 News at 5 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News at 5.
Tonight, we're following some breaking news as a Bentonville police officer is served with a warrant for third-degree battery. Good evening, I'm Paige Boise.
And I'm Craig Cannon. Sergeant Gene Page with the Bentonville Police Department says the warrant was served on Thursday and Officer Chris Alexander was presented with the charges in Rogers. Now, police did not release additional information about the charge aside from saying the incident in question happened in January. The Rogers Police Department investigated the case that led to the warrant. Sergeant Page says Alexander has been placed on administrative leave now until more information is obtained and evaluated. New tonight, the mayor of Fort Smith is responding after a woman's 911 call for help ended with her death.
We played portions of that 911 call last night after the interim police chief called it disturbing. 4029's Brett Rain sat down with the mayor tonight. He's joining us now live with his message to citizens and family members of the victim.
Well, guys, let me show you this. Debbie Stevens' SUV was found all the way back here through the trees and in this creek. Now, the mayor says he trusts the first responders did everything they could do possible to save her, but he wants verification.
Our hearts are heavy, and we pray with you, and we pray for your peace.
That's Mayor George McGill's message to family members of Debbie Stevens. The 47-year-old woman died while delivering newspapers during the flash flooding. She was on the phone with 911 for 24 minutes as rescue crews tried to find her. And in that time, the emergency operator blamed Stevens for driving into the water and made other remarks some say were rude.
It distressed me like it did everyone that heard it. But even in that situation, we don't know the stress that the young lady was under at a time like that.
Do you know where someone's stuck in their car?
Yeah, it's where you see where the light's reflecting out there, way out there past the light pole.
Way out past the light pole?
Yeah, that light out there is the car. That's where they stopped.
Fortis Station, we're gonna need a boat to get this girl out of the water. Her vehicle's all the way down Kincaid, past the stop and into the trees. You're gonna have to let fire know they need to get their boat out here quick. This police body camera video is when police learned just where Stevens was located. It was 20 minutes after Stevens called 911. You can barely see the light of Stevens' SUV. The officer takes his vest and camera off to help firefighters, but the water was too fast for them to go after Stevens. About an hour and 20 minutes later, firefighters were able to reach Stevens' SUV, but it was too late.
The citizens can rest assured that all of our first responders, all of those that were in direct contact with this incident, we're going to overturn every rock and make sure that we did everything the correct way.
Right now, the police department is investigating the response time and to see if the 911 operator did what she was supposed to do. The mayor wants to know how things could have been handled better.
That's the city's responsibility. That's the police, the fire, our emergency service people. That's their responsibility, is be prepared and to be able to move at a moment's notice to protect the citizens of this city.
And right now, the police department is conducting their own internal investigation into what happened. The interim police chief says it will take as long as it takes to get it right. Live in Fort Smith, Brett Rains, 4029 News.
Okay, Brad. Officials identified Donna Renault as the 911 dispatcher who took Stevens' call. Now, Renault resigned from her job before this incident happened. It was her last shift on the job that day. We've been unable to reach her for comment in the last 24 hours. According to the city website, Renault helped train new employees. She was actually named Dispatcher of the Year there in Fort Smith just months ago in February. Turning now to weather, time to get a check of our forecast for this Labor Day weekend.
That's right. It's Friday. It's Labor Day weekend. Darby, a lot of people paying close attention to the forecast. I know you mentioned some fog could be an issue.
That's the big story tonight, the fog, and it could get thick in spots, folks. Take a look at our in-house model here, showcasing that fog developing. I think especially in northwest Arkansas, but we could see some of this in the River Valley as well, especially areas where the clouds clear out. That allows the fog to develop near the surface. So something to watch out for early in the morning and late tonight, low visibility. Now, at least it'll be a dry night, not really any rain to worry about, just a few clouds out there. So after we burn that fog off for Saturday morning, by Saturday afternoon, not a bad day, a little warmer than today, still below average temperatures, and even warmer on Sunday. Best chance of a shower or storm is tomorrow. It's an impact day, 30% chance on Sunday. River Valley, same deal here, 40% chance Saturday, 30% chance Sunday. So our rain chance is a little lower late in the weekend, and those temperatures coming up. Right now, Labor Day is looking mostly dry and hot. We're going to tell you more about that Labor Day weekend, Labor Day forecast, and a look at the next 7 days.
All right, Darby. Tonight, President Trump is reminding residents in Florida to be safe as the state prepares for Hurricane Dorian.
Yeah, the president has also canceled his trip to Poland in order to monitor the storm's developments. ABC's Rachel Scott has more from Washington.
President Trump scrapping his international plans.
Very important for me to be here.
Skipping out on a trip to Poland to keep a close eye on Hurricane Dorian.
To ensure that all resources of the federal government are focused on the arriving storm, I have decided to send our Vice President Mike Pence to Poland this weekend in my place.
The president approving an emergency declaration requested from Florida's governor and posting this video to Twitter, warning residents to stay alert and be safe.
It's looking like it could be an absolute monster, and all indications are it's going to hit very hard.
Dorian is still days out from making landfall, though it is tracking to make an impact near southern Florida. Residents scrambling to board up their homes. Lines to stock up on food, water, and gas growing by the day.
As you know, we have a state of emergency issued in Florida for all 67 counties.
The hurricane is forecasted to hit the state as a major Category 4 storm.
Our highest priority is the safety and security of the people in the path of the hurricane.
And as residents brace for Dorian, a personal tie for President Trump. Potentially at stake, 4 of his real estate properties in Florida. Mar-a-Lago, a frequent working vacation stop for the president, and the Doral Resort, where the president is considering hosting the next G7 summit, could both be in the storm's path.
And the president will be spending at least part of his weekend at Camp David. And as for his own trip to Poland, he says he plans to reschedule for a later date. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Washington.
And if you're heading east for a late summer vacation this week, you may want to keep track of Hurricane Dorian. So make sure you download the free 4029 News app to stay on top of all the weather updates you need. It's free to download on the Google app or Apple app stores. New tonight, campus security says a rape was reported at the University of Arkansas dorm this week. That person told security they were raped by an acquaintance at about 1 a.m. on Thursday at Maple Hill East. Maple Hill is a co-ed housing facility for students. It's located on Cleveland Street and houses 346 students. A rape was also reported at the same dorm in February.
Also new tonight, Benton County Prosecutor Nathan Smith says he will not pursue a criminal case against the city of Bethel Heights. The Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality told Smith's office the city has begun taking initial steps to fix its wastewater problem. ADEQ confirms that the city is hauling excess wastewater to a treatment plant by truck and has hired new engineers to craft a long-term solution. However, Smith says he does reserve the option to pursue a criminal case in the future if the city does not follow through with an approved solution.
And a new state law is set to go in effect on Sunday. It will raise the minimum smoking age in Arkansas. So it's a gradual process that will raise the age from 18 to 21 by the year 2021. But cities like Van Buren are already passing ordinances to enforce this, saying now that anyone under 21 years old, if they are caught using tobacco or vaping products, they will get a ticket. The new state law goes into effect on September 1st. And new tonight, the Veterans Administration has hired a new chief pathologist in Fayetteville. The Veterans Healthcare System of the Ozarks confirmed that they have hired a replacement for Dr. Morris Levy. He was actually fired in 2018. Levy is still being held in the Washington County Jail, as we've been telling you. He is charged with 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the deaths of 3 of his patients. The VA says the new chief is set to start mid-September. Turning to sports tonight, as we are just one day away from the season opener, and Hog fans all across the state, even the country, getting ready to celebrate with the annual One Hog Call.
4029's Taylor Pinnell joins us now with what fans are saying ahead of the game. Hey, Taylor.
Yeah, here on campus, downtown Fayetteville, in Little Rock, and really all over, Razorback fans have been practicing their hog calls, getting ready for the Razorback home opener. Because of weather, the One Hog Call locations in Fayetteville got moved indoors today. Students, faculty, and staff gathered at the Arkansas Union on campus, while fans in downtown Fayetteville went inside the Pryor Center. Chancellor Joseph Steinmetz led the students on campus in the One Hog Call today. The chancellor called the Hog Call a great tradition that's unique and says there is nothing else like it in the country. Student body president Jared Pinkerton says he is ready for game day.
I'm excited, and I think that this is a new year. It's a new start. It's a fresh start, and I think Razorback fans are going to get behind the direction that we've gone as a team, and I know it's going to be a great season.
Coming up tonight at 6, what Razorback fans need to know as they try to navigate the streets surrounding Razorback Stadium, plus a new tailgate this year for Razorback fans. We'll have that. Live in Fayetteville, Taylor Pinnell, 4029 News.
Okay, Taylor, and high school football also back in the natural state.
That's right. They are calling this week 0 as some of our area teams are beginning their season tonight. We want to bring in 4029's Jordan Black. She's joining us live at Fayetteville High School tonight, where the Purple Dogs are gearing up for game 1 with a new head coach. Hey, Jordan.
Hey guys, yeah, excitement is in the air. High school football is finally back. We've already seen fans lining up in the parking lot. The guys are dressed out, just making their way to the field. And we actually just saw the marching band warm up, and Coach Casey Dick is at the helm of this Fayetteville program for his first contest as head coach here at Fayetteville. The former Hog is the 4th coach in 5 seasons here, says leading the Purple Dog pack is a dream job. It's a program that's used to change, but he hopes to be a constant here at FHS.
We want to have stability first and foremost. Kids going through, 9, 10, 11, 12th grades, those kids need to have stability in their lives. And so that's one thing that we've kind of expressed to them, getting the whole trust issue between everybody in the building.
Yeah, so hopefully he sticks around for some time. This is a team coming off a 9-3 2018 season, and tonight they host Vianney. That's a powerhouse program out of St. Louis. Actually just saw those guys arrive. We will have much more coming up for you tonight at 6 for our first installment of Friday Frenzy. But for now, from Fayetteville, hi, I'm Jordan Black, 4029 News.
All right, Jordan, we know medical marijuana has been available in the state of Arkansas since early May of this year. Since then, 2 dispensaries have opened in our area. Tonight at 6, the sales milestone that has been hit in the state and how much that equals in revenue. Still to come tonight, an Olympic medalist's brother is now charged with murder.
Why Ohio police say Tevin Biles is responsible for the New Year's Eve shooting that killed 3 people. And this Labor Day weekend might be busier than usual for travelers. What you need to know before you hit the road or head to the airport.